I got asked a real good question. Carl Weathers, could he have done Creed back in the 80s? And then I think about Michael B. Jordan's take on it. So, what do I have to say about that? I like Carl Weathers a lot. Rest in peace. That guy was kind of like, but after Fred Williamson, was the original Hammer, and then you would probably, I'm trying to think, black tough guys on film before you got to the Michael Clark Duncans and before you got to the Samuel Jackson tough guy and Wesley Snipes, certain type of role. Carl Weathers was that dude who was always in that middleman role. Now, I appreciate you remember Action Jackson. And he had some roles, work with Schwarzenegger, etc. But to command the budget, to command the film, and it's almost like it's criminal because it's like they got a film based on his character, but he never got a chance to be in it, to be the main guy to carry on the legacy. Think about it. Because Michael B. Jordan inherited that. That has to be the coldest thing about Hollywood, that they can actually take a character. This ain't like Superman or Batman or somewhere you have the Green Hornet, somewhere have multiple characters, Spider Man. This guy was written as a character in a film to sell it, and yet he never got a chance to cash in on it during his peak and his prime. He lost 40 years ago in the ring. You remember when Dolph Lundgren, remember the fight, Russia? Ain't that time been changed? Imagine that. Did you ever think that you would see the patriotism towards Russia? That's a whole nother video of the story, because that was the whole fighting against Russia. Like, that was a whole, the politics and the way people are 40 years later. Whoever would have thought. But anyway, let's just get to this. Carl Weathers. Now, I will talk about the elephant in the room. Racially, it wasn't going to happen because the Hollywood plantation system doesn't even hand out a lot of black actors, weren't happening like that 40 years ago. People can look at rose colored glasses, but if you go back in that time period, there wasn't a lot of black actors that were getting that kind of spin and feel. Michael B. Jordan definitely benefited from it because he would have been, dare I say, regulated to probably an action or a sidekick, or probably been like a soap opera or something. I don't think he would have gotten the kind of same hit back then, the way I remembered it. And it's something because with Carl Weathers, he used to play football. He did TV. I still remember his role on Good Times when he with his wife. That role where the wife wanted to get herself painted by JJ Jimmy Walker, and he said, "You with this bag of bones?" That was hilarious. But he was intense with his roles. I remember Bucktown with Fred Williamson, ironically, Pam Grier, etc. He was always, and I can't think of the actor's name. He played Raj's dad in What's Happening. He was a very good actor too. But anyway, um, Carl Weathers did a lot of different roles and things, but he never was a front man except when he was with Sylvester Stallone, like getting that kind of role. So when they would put the budget for Creed back then, well, they didn't think black men could, they black leading men. And that thing didn't really kick off until you get to Blade with Wesley Snipes, and then you get to Samuel Jackson, and a few others that have had success. But it was, pretty limited in mindset. So it's a shame. But could it have been done in that day and time? It probably would have been, but it probably been kind of corny, been more kind of like an action. Because would they had him as a leading man, or would they have limited, and how would they have made it? So because he would have needed the same kind of, to get the full capacity that Tom Cruise did with Top Gun or something like that, with an action, would it put it like that? And they were pushing Schwarzenegger and Bruce Willis and all of that. They weren't pushing no brothers like that. That's just the fact. So that was one of the reasons why Carl Weathers' as Creed in the 80s didn't come to be. I'm just going to keep it 100. But check it out. Unless, of course, he'd been on the budget like Fred Williamson or some other black filmmakers, and people did it on the circuit. It wasn't happening like that in Hollywood. It wasn't that long ago. So that's how you get a name moved after you, but you don't get to cash in on it. Please like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear, watch out for another. Share it if you like, and hit that membership because when you do requests like this come true, this was a good topic because it doesn't get talked about near enough. Watch your hand, keep your mind clear. See you next time. Peace, blessings. Stay safe, stay woke, stay free. I'm out. Peace.